r/ask Reddit. What's something that you've never learned to do? Talk to people without them talking to me first. I always end up feeling left out on stuff. Get out of bed the first time my alarm goes off. Get a cat. Feed the cat a half hour after your alarm would go off. The cat will wake you up 5 minutes before your alarm every day and will not give up on you. Flirt. Nice weather today, thanks. Tie my shoes not using bunny ears. Do not give me that rabbit hole nonsense. It makes no sense. I'll die this way. I remember getting laughed at when I was younger for tying 2 loops together, but my thought at the time was, who the duck cares how you tie 'em? Now I just hate tying shoes altogether and go slip on whenever possible. I was really good at writing and speaking French back in school. Had aspirations to become fluent in the language and never really followed through on those aspirations. Now I barely remember how to construct a sentence. Omelette du fromage. Play a musical instrument. I have a bass guitar but I'm just not understanding it. For me, learning music theory and reading music, actual notation, is what made me a good bass player. When notes equals frets, the rest is just plucking a string. Skate on ice, which may be my only disqualification to become PM of Canada. Hold the light just right for my dad. LOL. That was strategic failure. The sooner he got pissed, the sooner he'd send you back to whatever you were doing. How to deal with confrontation. My dad had anger issues when I was growing up and he would scream at us. It was terrifying, and now as an adult I DK how to handle arguments with anyone. I just get so scared and anxious. Exactly the same. I'm kind of the opposite. My mom was extremely angry and screamy growing up, and now I have trouble getting into an argument without losing my temper. I don't lash out physically and I do my best not to verbally, but a mix of asserting tone and a raised voice just put my fight or flight at an instant 10. I'm working on it, but it's so embarrassing. Swim underwater without holding my nose. I wish I could, but I just haven't really been able to get the hang of it. I was around 8 or so on a cruise when an older boy, around 11 or 12, saw me holding my nose when I went underwater in the pool, and he sat with me for a while and taught me. We would practice by putting our hands on the edge of the pool and dunking ourselves underwater, and he told me to exhale through my nose over and over again until it stuck. Then he swam with me. I'll never forget that boy and his kindness. If you're out there, sir, thank you. I still remember. Drive. Don't worry, most people who do drive apparently never learned either. Tie a tie. I'm 32 and have worn a tie about 5 times in my life and have to Google it every time. I've always wanted to learn how to write. I write a lot for school and work, but damn, when I read other people's works I'm constantly astounded. Edit. Wow, thanks for all the advice. Thanks also for the upvotes. Who would have thought my inadequacies were so universally shared? Going to sleep at a reasonable time. Been like this since I was teen and I don't see it changing anytime soon. Been that way more or less since I could talk. I had a bedtime when really young, but I'd play or read in bed. Parents eventually gave up trying to force the issue. Sleeping just always seemed like a waste of time, especially at night when things were quiet and you could get stuff done. Make friendships last. Find something truly worth doing. Truly and deeply care about something or someone. Ugh. Yeah, I've moved around so many times it's hard sometimes. My girlfriend is close to people she's known since she was like 4, and my 2 best friends I see once every few years now. Doesn't get much easier as time goes on. I really want to understand how electricity works, like volts and amps and current and watts and all that stuff. I've read and watched videos but it just doesn't click for me. Try the book There Are No Electrons. It reads more like a novel than a textbook. Ride a bike. LMAO. I thought I was alone in the world. Learn a new language. Have tried multiple times and ways but can't seem to stick with it, which sucks because I would love to be able to speak fluently in a second language. Forgive. That's a tough one. It helps if you learn to accept people for who they can be and try not to hold against them who they aren't. Also, I've learned only a select few deserve access to outside the box. Basic socializing. It's all a mystery to me, and I'm in my 30s. 60 years old and socially awkward as hell. I've kind of given up. Feeling for people who have recently lost someone in their life. Death, breakups, etc. I have a robotic response and have trouble feeling sympathetic. Not because I don't want to, but because it doesn't come naturally at all. Some lady at my job lost her mom and was out all last week. I don't even know what to do when she walks by me or talks to me about something else now that she's back. I feel like a normal person would tell her I'm sorry for her loss, but it feels awkward to me to even bring it up. Never learned how to use chopsticks. Every time I go out to Asian restaurants I pray they have forks already at the table. Sometime when I ask, they bring me a fork no problem. One time they brought me the training tool they let 5-year-olds use on the chopsticks, all while the staff and my friends were laughing. Another time our waitress was gone for like 10 minutes, and when she finally came back, she had a tiny plastic fork she must have fished out from the back. Literally did not have forks. If they're the ones where you have to break them apart, then sometimes I'll keep them together and pull them apart slightly to pick up the food, so I don't have to deal with the embarrassment. How to actually make friends as an adult. I left school at 16/17, normal in the UK, joined the military and spent my second and third year in the job getting severely bullied by one of my seniors in rank, who I initially considered a friend. I haven't really trusted any adults, I'm 21 currently, in friendships since all of that kicked off. Lord knows that I try, but I don't think I'll be able to truly trust anybody for any time soon. If you ever see the signs of somebody getting bullied, please step in and do what you can to make it stop. It literally ruins lives. A lot of girl things like how to do hair, put together an outfit, makeup, feminine hygiene, how to take care of a baby, cook, fold laundry, etc. My mom had a very hands-off child rearing philosophy. I grew up as a tomboy with no interest, because she didn't display much of one, so I haven't practiced at all. Putting my hair up in a ponytail is a chore. A cartwheel. But at least you know the foil method. Swim. I'm 19 years old and I've tried so many times. My mum's abusive ex-boyfriend threw me into a swimming pool when I was 5 or 6, and since then it's like my body just goes nope whenever it comes to swimming. So basically, if there's ever a flood it's RIP to me. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.